Hello and welcome, welcome, welcome to Courageously You with Martha. I am your host, Martha Davis Alexander. I am a recovering attorney. It does take recovery, people. I'm also a certified living coach, fearless living coach, and I'm a certified money coach and a money breakthrough coach. Yeah, I am all of that. And a bag of chips, I guess. Well, I can't say that. Anyway, you are on the Going Solo Media Network, which is all that and a bag of chips. And I don't know why I'm saying that so many times. I am so happy to have you here with me today. I have a very special guest. We're going to be talking about time management secrets with Barb Hubbard. Now, let me tell you something about Barb. I love Barb. She's phenomenal. You guys are going to love her. Barb is not only a time management coach, she's also an ADHD specialist. She loves supporting ambitious individuals who have big goals. And together, they create and implement strategies to support focus and productivity. Who doesn't want help with focus and productivity? She has a very special talent for looking at a huge project or task and breaking it down into small, attainable steps. She helps you prioritize and holds you accountable as you make progress. And that is the key, holding someone accountable. She is well versed in challenges of time management, organization, and productivity. And she finds peace in the chaos to be productive and not just busy. So, I am just going to tell you guys, Barb has a master's degree in education, a life coach certification from the ADD Coach Academy, and she spent over 25 years doing this, people. She lives in San Diego. She has two teenage children. Her daughter is the same age as my daughter, so we're playing the same sport for a while. Yes. So we've chatted a lot about that stuff. And she has 2 rescue dogs. I have 2 rescue dogs and 1 foo-foo dog. She enjoys reading, traveling, and spending time with family. And she happens to be the managing director for now of the Polka Dot Powerhouse San Diego chapter. And that is how I met her, because I'm part of that chapter. Barb, welcome, welcome, Alpha, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. I am so excited to be here. So excited to talk to you.
Yay. So tell me how you got started knowing about time management.
So I think I kind of fell into it. You know, sometimes we discover as we are doing things that we're good at something that we don't really realize we're good at. So my background really is that I was a teacher, elementary teacher, working with kids with special needs for 20 years. And I worked with the kids who had no time management skills. They had ADHD, they had learning disabilities, all these learning and attention issues. And I was really good at getting kids to do the stuff they didn't want to do. And fast forward to the last few years, now I'm working with adults who have struggles getting themselves to do what they really want to do. And here we are, time management.
Yeah. You know, that's an amazing talent to be able to get people to do what needs to be done that they're procrastinating and don't really want to do. That is a huge gift. Yeah. I love that gift. So
thank you.
How many time management secrets are you sharing with us today?
I have three simple things that encompass it all. Yes.
Wow. 3 simple things that encompass all time management. Well, time management is a biggie on my list of things that I'm trying to master. And you have helped me before with that because you really are brilliant at it. So what's your first time management secret?
Not about time. It's not about time. Everybody wants to believe it's about time. They think it's about time. They're so focused on adding more time to their day or getting things done faster. And it's not about time.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Your first time management secret?
Yeah.
Is it? It's not even about time.
It's not about time.
Wow. Now there's a myth buster.
Yep.
Okay. So tell me,
Yeah.
what is it about?
Yeah. Well, so those my secrets 2 and 3. You want me to jump into 2 and 3, or
Well,
you
are
want
you
me
going
to
to
tell
tell
you
us
more
more
about
about?
1?
Well, I want, however you want to do
Yeah.
it. You can tell us
Yeah.
2 and 3, and then we can go one at
Yeah.
a time. You can
Okay.
do it however you want.
Yeah. Well, I want to tell you why it's not about time.
Yeah. I want to know.
Because because I think that's like a key to understanding time management, is to recognize that it's not really about time. And that is because people say, "Oh, I'm just going to get up earlier." All right. Aren't you gonna then be tired earlier? Need to go to bed earlier? Or they say, I'm just gonna, get 7 hours of sleep instead of 8, or 6, or 5 instead of, right? And it catches up with you. And the same thing is true for discipline. Discipline. I'm just going to be more disciplined. I'm just going to focus on this, and I'm just going to make myself sit down and get it done. And we have a certain amount of willpower so that we can do that for a bit. Same thing with less sleep, right? We can do that for a bit. We can pull an all-nighter. We can go to bed later for, even a few weeks, right? But we run out of willpower. We get tired. Eventually it catches up with you. And then all of the stuff that you've been trying to put in place to create more time for yourself just falls apart, and you're exhausted and you're burnt out. And then your time management falls apart, right? So that is why it's not about time.
That is absolutely true. Were you reading my diary, my journal? Shut up.
Right? I know. No, I know. I hear it all the time. I'm just going to get up earlier. And it's to a point where
I'm
I
just going to
almost
get up
laugh.
earlier.
All right, go ahead and do that. And again, it can work for a bit, but
I
cannot
hit
work for
snooze.
there you go.
I hit snooze
There
for
you
an
go.
hour this
Yeah.
morning. Snooze,
An
snooze,
hour. Yeah.
snooze. Every 10 minutes, 6
Yeah.
times I hit snooze.
Yeah.
Horrid.
Yeah, it isn't about that. Trying to manage your time is not actually about managing, the clock. It's not actually about time. And the other thing it's not about is the techie stuff, right? People will go to all lengths to find the perfect app, the perfect software, the perfect calendar. They spend tons of money on this stuff because they think it's going to save them time, because they think that if they find the perfect one, things will go faster, right? If I find the perfect app, then what I am doing will happen faster. But it's just not true. There is no perfect app or perfect calendar. There are calendars that work better for you or better for me, and certainly will save you some time. But it's not really about time. It really isn't.
Okay. What is it about?
All right, you ready?
I'm ready. Because
Secret number
secret
2,
number 2.
energy creates time.
Ooh,
Yeah,
energy.
energy creates time. It's really about energy. And so I would love to share an example with you.
Please, please, please.
Okay, think of a time, a situation where the hour just dragged on.
Yes.
You got it in your head?
Uh-huh.
And it was like you're watching the clock. And I think of when I was in high school and I'm watching secondhand tick around, right? All right, now think of a time when the hour flew by.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. See, it's not about time, it's about energy. So now, how are you feeling during the
Guys,
hour
it's
that
not about
dragged by?
time. It's about energy.
It's about energy. It's about energy.
That's brilliant.
It's about energy. And there's 100 ways that you can boost your energy. There's gazillion ways that you can have more energy in your life that will give you that feeling of the hour flying by. right? And give you the feeling. And not only that, but when you are energized, when you're excited, it carries over to the next thing. So right now, like time is going to fly. This time is
Yes.
going to fly by, right? We're excited, we're happy, we're having fun talking to each other. And I guarantee you that after this, we will hang up, but we will still feel this energy,
Yes.
right? And so if you can schedule to do something hard, something that you don't really want to do, right after an activity that is exciting and fun, you're still riding high on that energy boost, right? And it's easier to get done, and it'll get done faster.
Oh, you're riding the wave.
Yeah.
I love that. That's a great
Yeah.
tip.
Yeah. It's fun. I think, people try to push through. I'm not a fan of pushing through. I'm not a fan of just be disciplined or just be focused, right? They try to push through. And when you're pushing, like just the idea of pushing through a task or pushing through the afternoon, or pushing through to launch this program, whatever it is, right? If you're pushing through it, just that idea is draining. Like pushing is not a
It
positive
really
thing.
is. It's just like the language of fear, right? The
Yeah.
should, the
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
to,
Yeah. Yep.
those are just heavy and so
Yeah.
disempowering.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
decide you want to,
Yeah.
or you're
Hmm.
going to, or you're choosing to, it feels lighter and easier to do.
Yeah. 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 And so, people think like I'm just going to push through, and then it's hard, or maybe they do push through. I can think of lots of examples where I did push through a situation and I got stuff done, but it takes longer and it doesn't feel as good, right? And you walk away and you're exhausted, and none of that is going to give you more time. If instead you
Yeah.
are looking at the situation and say, how can I make this fun? What can I put in my day as a break to energize me? Um, then do the hard thing. It goes faster, you enjoy it more, and that's what creates more
Okay.
time.
Do you want, and I've never
Yeah,
done this, but do you want to coach me through something that I don't want to do?
sure, sure, sure.
And maybe you can relate to this because both of our daughters are
Yeah,
graduating,
yeah, yeah.
which means graduation announcements need to go out.
Mine too.
And
Hasn't happened.
they're sitting on the piano. Number one,
Yep.
I don't like the ones I picked. Number
Okay.
two, I just got the senior pictures, right? So that I can cut
Yeah.
them up and put
Yeah.
them in, whatever.
Mhm. Don't want to do it.
I got the stamps, right? I did
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
things that I thought, okay, maybe I just don't want to go to the post
Yeah.
office. So I went to the post office and got the
Yeah.
stamps. It's all sitting there ready to be done.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I could do it while I watch TV, I suppose, but I don't really
Mhm.
want to.
Mhm.
I could listen to music, but
Mhm. Still doesn't excite you. Still isn't fun. Yeah. It's interesting because sometimes we put stuff off because it feels overwhelming or we don't know where to begin. And I don't think that's the case here because you have all the pieces and
I know
yeah,
who it's going to.
yeah, yeah. How long do you think it's going to take?
Hmm. Maybe an hour. That really doesn't sound that long now that you asked that question. It doesn't
Boom.
seem like it's that long.
There you
And
go. There
she
you
could
go.
hang out and do it with me, right? We
That
could
that
do
was
it
that
together.
was going to be another question I had is, wait a minute, like, shouldn't she be helping with this?
Yes, she should. That's an interesting. As soon as you said how long is it going to take, I'm like, because it seems so long, right? It
Yeah,
seems like
yeah,
it's gonna take so long,
yeah,
and it really probably isn't gonna take
yeah.
that long.
In fact, I would argue that since you have all the stuff you need, I would bet it's like half an hour. I mean, so for me, I don't have the stamps and I don't have the pictures yet. So that's why mine. So it
Oh,
is,
I'm ahead.
you are. And so I know that it's going to take longer because I still got to get that stuff done. Um, but yeah, so back to, creating some energy, right? Like I feel like it's a hard task because it's tedious, right? Like just writing out those addresses and,
Yeah,
licking the envelopes and stuffing the envelopes, licking the
yeah.
envelopes, all
It,
that,
it, it just takes me
Yeah.
back to the wedding, right?
Oh,
Getting,
yeah.
oh,
Yeah. Yeah. But I think, number one, I think there's ways to make it more fun while you're doing it. So turning on some fun music, you
okay.
know, talking to your daughter about the people you're sending it to, like just the memories of all the people that, there's probably some fun memories in there and some fun stories around that. And then the conversation during that tedious task might make it, might raise your energy and make it a little
Yeah.
more exciting. Um, and I think too, it does, like, where were you going to do this? Where is everything at? Is it just like on the
So it's
dining room
on the
table?
piano, which is
Yeah.
kind of between the living room and the dining room.
Mhm.
So either at the dining room table or we have
Yeah.
a game table in the living room that we could
Yeah.
sit at and write.
Yeah.
Either one,
Yeah.
whatever, or at the kitchen table. I mean,
Yeah.
there are
Well,
places.
yeah. Go someplace fun though. Like I'm thinking like even outside,
Oh,
maybe. Because
interesting.
sometimes being outside just creates some energy, right? Being outside in the fresh
Yeah.
air.
If it
It
was
dep
cool, I would
Mhm. Yeah.
absolutely be up for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. The game table gave me a great idea.
Okay.
I don't know what games are on this table, but could you like, all right, let's get 10 done and then play a game. Like,
Oh, we could maybe do
challenge
that.
yourself,
It's a card game and she doesn't really like to play games. That would work for me,
Okay.
right? Or do
Yeah.
one while I'm waiting for someone to deal a hand
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
or
Yeah,
something like that, right? I could do
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Like combine it with something fun that you enjoy doing.
okay. All
Yeah,
right, because it's not really about the
yeah.
time, you're right. This
It's
one
not.
isn't this isn't
Yeah,
about the time. It's
it's
just
not.
about
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah, right? And you could absolutely, this is the kind of task that you could push through, right? Like you could
I
sit
could.
down and make yourself do it, but it's you're not going to enjoy it and it will take longer than
Yeah.
if you put some things in place to make it fun. The music, the location, the games, the
Right.
conversation.
Maybe adding the prom pictures to some prom pictures for some of the family members just to
Yeah,
make it more fun.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a great idea. Yeah, yeah. And last, do it after something fun. When you're already happy and excited and it's hard to schedule something that you don't enjoy right after something you do enjoy. However, you're still riding high on that fun and energy, right? And
Yeah,
then
it's
you're
gonna
like,
have
oh,
to be
time
this
fun.
weekend because graduation's
Yeah,
June
yeah,
the 2nd of June. So if anyone
yeah.
wants to watch it
Come
live stream,
Yeah, they don't have much time, but
I know.
I don't know, graduation announcements. I feel like because of social media and everything, everybody knows already. They're
Oh,
just a formality,
yeah, I don't do the social
Yeah.
media stuff on it.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
post on
So,
my kids on social
yeah,
media.
yeah.
You didn't see her
Okay.
pictures. I don't do any of that.
Yeah. That's true. I haven't seen any of her pictures.
I don't
So
do
what I think, the people who would watch probably already know. You probably already talked
Yeah,
to them.
yeah.
So graduation announcements really are more of a formality and it's a way to send people the pictures and let them know where you're at in life
Okay.
and
You
yeah.
talked me through it. I can do it. It was really your first question, right? Was how long is it really going to take you? If you think
Yeah.
about it, you start and say, okay, what does this
Yeah.
really entail? Am I down for an 8-hour torturous session
Right?
or is it pretty quick?
Yeah. 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 No, it was. It was as soon as I said that, you're like, oh, of course.
Yeah, okay, I can
Yeah.
do it. It's
You
not
got
that big a
this.
deal. Yeah,
You got this. You got this.
I got it. So how do we raise our energy? Was that number 3? or are we in number 2? 'Cause
Number 2 is all about energy, right?
All right.
And
How do we
how
do
you
that?
raise. Yeah.
How do we do that?
There's all kinds of ways, but it's very individual. Some people can raise their energy by, exercising, by just like, woohoo, I got this, right? They can cheer themselves up. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, music, conversation. Usually there's something with connection with other people. But you have to be careful with that. It's very individual. So if I'm in a big group, that's very draining for me, but
Mhm.
one-on-one is energizing for me. Just I'm more of an introvert, so I know that about myself. So yeah, but connection usually raises your energy, and just doing the stuff that you love. Doing the stuff you love is important, right? You can't spend your whole day doing the hard stuff that you hate.
You
Just
really can't.
yeah, yeah,
No. I really could. What would be the point?
right, right,
There would be no point
yeah,
doing stuff you hate all
yeah,
the time.
yeah, yeah. You got to mix it up. Yeah.
I love that. I
Mm.
love that. Okay, so number 2, it's really all about energy.
It is. Yeah. Energy creates time. Yeah.
Energy creates time. That is a quotable quote. Energy
Energy
creates
creates time.
time. Barb Hubbard. Energy creates time.
There it is. You ready for number 3?
I am ready for number 3, Barb.
Mindset is more powerful than time.
Mindset, how I think about something or what I believe about something is
Yep.
more important than time, or is more, what did you say, more
More important than
more
time.
important.
Yeah. More powerful than time. Yeah.
My mindset is more important, more powerful, and more drives it more
Mhm.
than time.
Can I give you an example?
Please.
Your mindset around these graduation announcements shifted
Yeah,
shifted as soon as you realized it wasn't going to take that long. That
it
was
did.
your mindset,
It's like,
right?
oh, you know what? Never mind. I can handle it. It's okay. I can probably, I
Right?
can do it.
Yeah.
It's a tomorrow morning. I'm going to get them mailed. It'll be done.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
tomorrow morning. It's Saturday morning.
Saturday. Yeah. 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 It's that old saying, if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. It's true. It's really powerful.
Yeah. So the thought that it's going to be tedious, right?
Hmm.
Because that
Yep.
that is exactly how you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
The thought that it was tedious meant that I was putting negative energy into it, which made it seem
Mhm.
really like it was going to
Yeah.
take me forever, right?
Yeah.
The whole
Yeah.
weekend was going to
Yeah.
be spent on this exercise,
Exactly.
right? and
Yeah.
and changing the energy of it really did change how I viewed it, my mindset about it, and
Mhm.
everything else, right?
Mhm.
Everything changed with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they're very interconnected, right? That your mindset changes when your energy shifts and vice versa.
Yeah, isn't that
Yeah.
funny how that happens?
Yeah.
How very powerful that is, though, to
Mhm.
know that you have a choice,
Yeah. Yeah.
because it all comes down to your choice of mindset, your choice of when you do something,
Mhm.
your choice of your energy, right? That because you
Yeah.
can choose to
Yeah.
change your energy,
Yeah.
um, and therefore you can actually control time.
You can. Here we are. We're all capable of it. We're all
Wow.
superheroes.
Logic was one of my favorite subjects in college, so that I'm getting the equation right. Like, oh,
Yeah.
that's immensely powerful.
It is. It is. And I think, when you are in a negative mindset and you hear, people say, "Oh, you have a choice," you react negatively, like,
Oh,
I
of
do not,
course,
right?
of course. Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
so it's easy for us right now to say, "Oh, yes, we can change time. We can control it," and it makes sense and it feels right. But there's plenty of things you can do to shift your mindset too. The same things that shift your energy, right? You can listen to music. You can have a conversation with somebody. You can, take a nap, get something to eat. Like all these things can help you shift your mindset and your energy, both.
Yeah. So what should time management really be called? What would be an empowering, because time management
Yeah.
does not sound empowering to me. Have you thought about that?
I haven't really, but I would include the word energy in there, because I just really think energy is the key.
Yeah.
I think, energy management, maybe, if you're managing your energy,
Yeah.
then you're getting more done. Um, I don't really like the word productivity either. I feel like it's got these negative connotations of, just being a taskmaster.
Yeah.
I don't,
Yeah.
so I probably wouldn't use that word, although that's a word everybody knows, right?
Yeah. And it's a
Yeah.
word that is associated with business. And I don't know
Yeah. Yeah.
that you can change time management to anything, but
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
there's got to be
Yeah.
because that itself
Yeah.
seems limiting. But I love
Yeah.
how you opened it. You made it so expansive, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you're in an open mindset. I appreciated you
Mm-hmm.
saying that, because there may very well be people out there right now who are like, whatever,
Right? Yeah.
right? So,
Yes. Yeah.
so I appreciate that all of that is true.
Yeah. 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 I'm sure there are people listening who are like, oh yeah, whatever. I remember when I first heard this thinking, no, no, no. I do not have control. I do not have a choice. Things happen to me. I remember thinking that, and somewhere along the way I shifted, and it opened up for me. I think that it happened um, as I shifted from focusing on other people and really looking at myself. How can I change the way I'm thinking about this, instead of, that fixed, the difference between fixed mindset and growth mindset. I think that's when it happened. But yeah, it's possible to shift out of that.
I think for me, that shift happened after I did the coaching certification,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
took responsibility for some stuff and really looked at, how do I want to show up in the world? Who do I want to be in
Yeah.
this world? How do I want to show up?
Yeah.
What do I want people to remember about it, and or
Yeah.
remember about me and take away from
Mm-hmm.
me? What
Mm-hmm.
feeling do I want to leave people with, right?
Yeah.
Maya Angelou
Yeah.
used to always say,
Yes.
people may not remember what you said, but they will remember how you made them feel. I didn't quote
Mm-hmm.
that very well because I don't have it in front of me, but that was the gist
Yeah.
of her
Yeah.
quote.
Yeah.
And I think that that's so very true. So for
Mm-hmm.
me, that mind shift came with, who am I and how do I want to show up in the world, and how
Mm-hmm.
do I want to present to other people? How do I want to make them feel?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Happy or sad? So when I look at
Right.
time management and I put that in with that mindset, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I guess it's, how do I want my daughter to feel about how I want to do her graduation?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Right?
it is, right? Like, how do you want to, if she's doing it with you, especially, how do you want to show up to this activity? Do you want
Right.
it to be fun or to be tedious? Like, what do you want to?
If it's not fun, it's just not worth doing. So I'm with you. It's going to have to be fun,
Yeah.
because otherwise, what's the point?
Right. Right. I saw a great quote yesterday, and I'm not going to get it right, but it was basically, do you want to do the stuff you should do or the stuff you want to do? And always choose the stuff that you want to do.
Yeah.
And then my reaction was, but there is stuff I have to do, right? There's stuff I should do. I should do the dishes. I don't ever want to do the dishes, but I can shift it to say, like, all right, how can I make it fun? Can I turn on some music? Can I make a game out of it? Can I, then I might want to.
Well, so it's interesting, because one of the things that I have always had, because we have kids, right? And
Mhm.
kids you want them to do things.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a choice. You either do the chore, the dishes,
Mhm.
whatever, or you leave them, which
Mhm.
makes you feel better in the end. I
Yeah.
don't truly
Yeah.
enjoy doing the activity of the dishes,
Right.
and yet I always feel a sense of accomplishment, and my
Mhm.
husband's happier when he comes home and the dishes,
Mhm.
you know, I've done something with the dishes. I
Yeah.
work from home, so
Yeah.
you know, when I'm making my tea or whatever, I'll always just do a little bit of dishes as I'm doing it and
Yeah.
then walk away. But so for me, that is a choice, right? You're choosing either you're choosing to do the dishes or you're choosing not to do the dishes.
Mhm.
And so which outcome do you want?
Mhm. And the outcome is about mindset.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. That's
Mhm.
what I'm trying to flow into you.
Mhm.
The
It
mindset
is.
is all about, right?
Yes.
How do I
Yeah.
feel after I've done it? And
Yeah.
is it
Yeah.
important to me?
Mhm.
I had to do an exercise once. So here's an exercise for all of you out in podcast land listening. For a whole week, put on your calendar should choose for everything that you do, right?
Mm.
Everything on your to-do list, everything on it, should or choose. The next week, regardless of what you think, put choose next to each of those things. Because you could not do it. If you
Yeah.
don't do it at a job, you get fired. You know, the
Yeah.
consequences, you may get fired, right?
Mhm.
And then you look
Mhm.
for a new job and whatever. But in truth, we always choose.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Now, there are some things that you can't choose. And so for those in the going solo media, if
Mhm.
your spouse wanted a divorce and you didn't choose that,
Right.
what you get to choose is how you show up in that situation
Exactly. Yeah.
and how you go about doing the things and what energy
Yeah.
you bring to it and your mind.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. I often ask myself and clients, who do you want to be in this situation? Right? Do you want to show up with integrity, with honesty? Do you want to be the fun person, the serious person, the peaceful person, the stressed person? Like who do you want? And of course, that people know who they want to be. And then you
Yeah.
get to choose, and as soon as you are
What
thinking about, yeah,
actions support that?
yeah,
Right? What
yeah,
are the actions that person would take?
yeah. And as soon as you think of who you want to be when you're thinking about peaceful and relaxed and productive and, these qualities you want about yourself with integrity, all these things, your mindset shifts like just thinking about that, right? Like,
Yeah.
those words carry a lot of weight. And, then you're like, all right, I can do this. I can get this task done.
Yeah. It does well.
Mm.
And now I do believe I can get my graduation announcements out.
Yes,
How
I'm
about
sure
you?
you can. I'm sure I will. I'm sure I will. For me too, it's about the time. I also was thinking it's such a big thing, right? It's such a long task. It's not really. It's going to be quick.
Well, evidently not.
Yeah. We should make a game out of it and see who can do it faster. That'll bring energy
Ooh.
too.
Okay. I'm always up for a challenge in a game, man. They may be done tonight then.
Well, mine won't. I don't have stamps, so you would beat me right there.
And you don't have your picture, so that's
I
not
don't.
really
Yeah,
fair.
it's not really a fair game right now, but
Not really a fair game. Yeah, we
but that
picked up the pictures this week. So
that brings energy, right? Making it
yeah,
some sort of competition brings it some energy and excitement, and yeah. Yeah.
it does. But we could say who's going to get their envelopes done first.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
Because you could do that. You don't have
I
to get them
could
in
do
the
that.
mail, but
That's
getting the
true.
envelopes done and then
Yeah,
just shoving a picture
yeah,
in there when you
yeah,
get them.
yeah.
So
Okay.
that would
All
be a
right.
fair one.
Game on.
Game on. Yes. Love that.
All right. I'll be
And
setting a timer. I'll let you know.
any of you out there who want to play with us as
Yes.
well, you are more than welcome
Yeah.
to play. I will announce next week, of course.
Yeah.
which one of us did it. And now it's probably going to be Barb because she's probably going to go do it right now. Because that's what I would do. But I have to do an errand first. I choose to do an errand first. I've chosen an errand first. Yes. So that's awesome. So recap the three for me. Right. Kind of the picture.
The big picture. Time management is not about time. Right? It's not about the clock. It's not about getting up earlier, or being disciplined and focused for, bits of time. It's just not. And again, you can do those things. They'll help for a little bit. But if you really want overall time management, it's about energy and it's about mindset. So number 2 is energy creates time. Energy creates that feeling of time, right? Negative energy slows it down and positive energy speeds it up. And the third one is that mindset is more powerful than time. If you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. Mindset is so powerful. So powerful.
It is. So do you have any more examples or? So I have something on my list, right? I have a full day and I want to add in meditation, right? Mm-hmm. How do I do that without getting up early, which I don't seem to do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So you want to add in meditation. I'm going to give you a roundabout example, but
excellent.
I have an acronym that I think everybody should use for each day, and it's JOB, J-O-B. I picked job because a job is like a task, right? Meditation is one of the things you want to do in the day, and so it's your job. So the J stands for joyful, the O stands for ordinary, and the B stands for battle. And you want to mix up a joyful, an ordinary, and a battle task somewhere in your day. So joyful things are things that you love to do, right? Like you love to connect with another person, or you love to read a book. Things that raise your energy.
Yeah.
Ordinary is the stuff that, kind of have to do. We choose to do, like the dishes, the laundry, sending emails. Yeah, exactly. And then the battle tasks are the hard ones. They're the ones that we think are too big. They're the graduation announcements.
Which don't seem so big now.
Right. Now it doesn't. Yes. But we all have stuff like that we do, right? That requires more thought, or it's a long-term project. It's got a lot of steps. Those are the battle kinds of things, right? So meditation in there, meditation, if it's joyful, it would probably already be happening.
Well, it is. The meditation brings up wounds right now. We're doing the wound healing. So it can be feeling those emotions and really doing that healing and whatever. Can zap a lot. I mean, it can be a battle with myself to decide I want to face whatever.
Yeah.
It's really interesting because I hadn't really looked at it. I said, but meditation should be joyful. Well, it's there. And you're like, if it was, you'd already be doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating.
Right? And isn't it interesting?
Huge awareness now. Huge.
It should be joyful.
Should, yeah. That's not good language.
Right? Yeah. I think sometimes meditation is just an ordinary thing. It's just like part of your routine that you just do, that without much thought, without much, it's just part of your routine. But in this case, because you're going deep and working out some deep stuff, it is a battle task, right? So to get back around to your question, like if you want to add that back into your day, you need to mix it up. Put it right after something joyful so that you still have that energy, right?
Yeah.
And make sure that you're not doing all battle things in a row, not all battle things in a day. Make sure your day has a variety of joyful, ordinary, and battle job.
I love that.
Yeah.
That was like a fourth big like secret tip.
There you go.
That was amazing. Look, we squeezed more out.
We did. We did.
Your secrets, your tips and tricks for
Yes.
time management. That was amazing, Barb.
Yeah.
So you guys, Barb is obviously, you can tell, phenomenal. She coached me now on two things that are going to make it simple, all online and all just naturally with love and with beautiful energy. So Barb Hubbard, time management coach and ADHD specialist. You can reach Barb at, there you go, www.vestigocoaching.com. That is www.vestigocoaching.com, or at area code 847. I almost messed that up. At area code 847-302-3706. I know she would love to hear from you. Is that a textable number or
it is? It's a textable number.
Yeah. Text her. You can go on our website. Yeah. Time management isn't about time. And if that itself doesn't make you want to reach out to Barb, then
yeah,
it's that blew my mind. Barb is amazing.
Thank you.
This has been Martha Davis Alexander with Courageously You Coaching. Courageously You with Martha. I am all over the place. I am Martha Davis Alexander. I'm a recovering attorney, a mediator, a certified fearless living coach, and a money breakthrough coach. So you can reach me at marthadalexander@gmail.com. That is MARTHAD Alexander, ALEXANDER @gmail.com, or at courageouslyoucoaching.com. That's COURAGEOUSLYOUCOACHING.com. Or you can text or call me at 805-422-6865. Love to hear from you guys. Always love the interaction. Love to hear what you think about this, and who do you think is going to get their announcements done first? We're taking votes. Let us know. Barb,
thank you. Thank you for having me.
For being here. It has been so fun. I always love my time with you. It is one of my favorite things. You're one of my favorite people to spend time with. So any last words, any last recommendations for our audience?
Well, I will just say that this has my energy like sky high, and yeah, I should go do those graduation announcements right now. I don't think I will, because dinner and stuff. But
but you could, then you win.
Yes, thank you. This has been so much fun. I always love my conversations with you as well.
It was fun. I had so much fun, and thank you so much for coming on and giving those three enormous, like all three of them were like mind-blowing things, right? They weren't just three tips. They were like mind-blowing concepts. So thank you so much for your time. And guys, again, Barb Hubbard, she is amazing. And Barb and I both are going to say bye-bye. Have a fabulous bye for now. See you next Thursday at the same time, same bat channel.